I used to think a busy QA team was a good thing. Bug reports flying, regression cycles running, dashboards full of green bars. But, but then I realized we were only measuring effort and not impact. You ever see someone jogging on a treadmill, sweating like crazy, but going nowhere? Going nowhere. And that's what most QA teams look like today. Imagine two QA teams. One runs 500 test cases a day, the other just 50. Which team do you trust more? Most would say the one doing more. But what if I told you the 50 test team catches more real issues, ships faster, and ultimately sleeps better? What if your QA team is doing everything right and still getting it all wrong? I've worked with QA teams across pretty much across every industry, startups, banks, e-commerce, you just name it, and I've seen one pattern again and again. They are busy. They're just busy. Every sprint, they're writing more test cases, running long regression cycles, logging bugs, building dashboards, and yet the dev team does not trust them. They just don't trust them anymore. The product team skips UAT and bugs still slip into production. Why? The question is why? Because being busy is easy. All right? Being busy is easy, but being impactful is not that easy. I hope you get it. Let me tell you a real story also. There was a team we worked with, around 800 plus automated tests, green builds, 98% coverage. Everyone was celebrating until a major release crashed their app. Turns out not a single test covered the actual user path. They tested login, they tested the dashboard, but they never tested what happens when a user logs in and goes straight to the checkout with no items in cart. You see? Just see where it broke. And that's exactly what we call coverage without confidence. Well, here's what impact really looks like. At QAble, we take a different path. We don't start with how many test cases can we write. We start with what is the riskiest flow. Also, we begin with questions like what could possibly take the product down? Also, what will cause a developer to roll their eyes looking at our bug report? And then, like, around these critical questions, we build lean automation. And also around these moments, we try to reduce noise as much as possible. We stop testing things that don't really matter. We shift focus from quantity to consequence, right? Because here's what no one tells you. Busy QA teams are really expensive, not in dollars, but in wasted developer time, in slow releases, in lack of trust. And when your test suite fails randomly, people just stop trusting it, right? And when it takes 3 days, 4 days to run your test suite, developers just skip it. That's what's happening to most QA teams, right? And on the contrary, the real impact is asking, if we removed this test, would anything break? So these are the questions that you really need to ask. And all in all, everything boils down to asking these few questions. Like, what are you really optimizing for? Is it just activity or is it actual confidence? Because again, busy is easy. Okay, busy looks good. Busy burns time, but confidence Confidence catches the right bugs. Confidence ships on time. Confidence builds trust. So here's my challenge to every QA leader watching this. Just stop celebrating busyness. You need to start designing for confidence. You need to start shrinking your test suite. Because in quality, less is not lazy. Less is really smart. Less is really impactful. And that's the kind of QA the world needs more of.